And we're back with Video Game Playing Friends Club and Friend. That's John. He's shooting robots with his robot because he's a cannibalistic robot. It's okay if they kill each other, but not humans because humans are selfish.
There's rules.
Yeah, 3 robot rules.
This is just BattleBots repackaged.
And I'm sorry I interrupted you before, Eric. What were you talking about?
I don't remember now.
You were talking about an oversaturation of Mega Man. Too much. And that there was nothing during the PS3 era.
Oh, yeah. Then, out of nowhere, Mega Man Legends 3 and Mega Man Universe, and I think an MMO were announced, and,
I didn't know about the third one.
Inafune left
The man who was in
Capcom,
charge of Mega Man.
and then those games are all axed.
Yep, and I think it was out of spite.
One funny story about that was at the Comic-Con before he was fired or left Capcom.
He left because they would never fire him.
Frank and I met Inafune at the Comic-Con, and
Out in the wild, it wasn't on the line to get like.
yeah, he was doing a signing. He was supposed to be doing a signing that day, but he just happened to be standing around the booth, and no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
And so we talked to him for a little bit and thanked him very warmly for Mega Man Legends 3. I think the week after that, he left Capcom, and not very soon after that, Mega Man Legends 3 was canceled.
Yeah.
So are you suggesting that it's your fault?
Yes, I thanked him for the game.
We saw
and then he left.
We saw Inafune as a Capcom employee as his final moments as a Capcom employee. We also almost got to play Mega Man Universe, which was canceled, so it would eventually play a canceled game.
I have a promotional item from that game that
yeah, I do too.
Might be worth something. I don't know. It's an inflatable lance because Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts was going to be in it.
That's why it was going to be canceled, because the character you liked was going to be in it.
Oh yeah, and Ryu. Oh boy, Ryu's not in anything these days. I have a copy of Mega Man 1, like a cartridge of it, that I brought with me that day, and as a joke. I didn't even think I'd see him at all. And then we just saw him out there in the wild, and like we were muttering to each other for like 20 seconds if that was actually him. And I remembered seeing him wearing that coat in a video the week prior, so I knew it was him. And I asked him to sign it. And I didn't have a Sharpie with me, and he didn't either. And then this saint walked by, this literal saint walked by and said, "I have a Sharpie." And I thanked him.
Oh my god. And because of that, you have a signed copy of Mega Man 1.
Yep.
How cool is that?
And I have no proof of it. Because that was before I had a fancy camera phone. So if I'm ever desperately poor, I can't sell it. But why would I?
Some greasy nerd.
What did you think these? Do you have any thoughts about these when you were a kid, Eric? These plum top robots.
I didn't play this one when I was a kid. I didn't play any of these when I was a kid. I was playing Mario.
Mario.
Well, it's time for both.
Well, this was 91, so I was playing, I was playing Mario.
You're playing Mario's World.
Yeah. No, it's weird, like I said, Mega Man wasn't really in my house, and he wasn't around. Like, the X games were the ones that me and my friends had. One of my childhood friends had, he had, like, all the, Super Nintendo X games. I had X1, and, he had X2 and 3, which were, like, exotic to me.
Oh, yeah.
And,
oh my goodness.
And then X4 came out. When that came out, that blew me away because it was like, it was still 2D, but like you could see the jump from Super Nintendo graphics to it. And I was always more into that. Like when I was at that time, like maybe because I'm an artiste. But like the 3D games looked cool, but like they didn't interest me like when I saw Street Fighter Alpha and like Mega Man X4 and stuff like that. Like that's what I wanted to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
3D looked gross back then.
Because I was like, oh, everything looks like you know, like anime and shit. It looks sweet because I was like getting into that. Ooh. And so it was just a cool time for like the 2D stuff, and it was kind of hard to come by. I eventually got my own copies of X4 and 8, and I played the shit out of them. And
I like Mega Man. I think Mega Man 8 is my favorite music in the series, which is a blasphemous thought, I know.
It's really good. I like it a lot.
I don't dislike it. It's just like I just like the hard rock.
Like Mega Man.
I just like the rockier like 8-bit tunes.
Yeah. Around that time, Capcom was really interested in like smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Like for and like hip hop and stuff. But, like for Street Fighter 3 had a similar-ish soundtrack. It was done with like the same synth instruments.
Yeah, that's what I like. I liked about
Alpha
that.
was also similar.
I like that generation of games because it was like
any Capcom game with the Q Surround logo before the actual game is a good game.
Like the like it was just when they first started being able to use audio on CD games and like CD quality audio, and
I think you should waste an energy tank on this.
You think so?
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was a lot of
Speeding up the process.
a lot of developers were just going nuts with it. Like they would
It was like developers that hadn't really, I guess, done anything on Saturn or like Sega CD or TurboGrafx CD. Like when their first leap to CD was like PlayStation, I guess. Or it was just such a big leap that they went crazy with sound.
Yeah, well, like there was a lot of experimental soundtrack and stuff, and like genres that you.
Oh my! Are you kidding me?
Whoa.
Can I try?
Yeah, go for it.
Genres that you wouldn't necessarily think were. Whoa.
No, you can't.
Nah,
You wouldn't.
I got this. Don't worry.
Genres you wouldn't necessarily think would fit in with some of the games. Like Sonic had a lot of smooth jazz and like crazy hip hop and stuff like that, and I always thought it was cool because it just felt weird, like
They don't do that anymore.
unusual.
Capcom is usually a very safe company now, and like the arrival of Dead Rising 3, or the announcement of it rather, is a sign of that. But I guess.
Oh, what I was gonna say before about like if they made a big budget Mega Man game, I was gonna say it's weird to me that, like there's no. I don't think Capcom has any family friendly IPs active right now.
No.
And it's just really bizarre to me because like when we were kids, Capcom was like. That was what they made, you know, and like.
They made this. They made DuckTales.
And I feel like it's important.
Well, DuckTales is coming out again, so.
that's
I feel like it's important to take care of kids so you have a new generation of games next time.
You want a new generation of people who grow up and then eventually see games like Dead Rising, get the idea, and are immediately into it.
Yeah. Well, like, so it's just weird to me that like, yeah, because we were playing Capcom games when we were little, and then and that I associated that logo with a good game, so I would keep up with their stuff. And by the time I was old enough, I was playing Resident Evil on PlayStation and stuff like that, so it worked out. But it was I don't know, it's just weird to me that that they have a lot of third-party companies in general don't have any family-friendly IPs anymore.
That's because the industry has convinced them that they won't make any money that way.
Yeah, it's just kind of depressing, I guess. I don't know what kids
are.
I think kids like play a lot of
comics.
Kids play a lot of shitty iPhone games and stuff now.
I see many kids.
They're given.
I see more kids with iPhones than like than I see more kids holding iPhones than Nintendos at this point. It really shakes me up inside.
Well, I was talking about this with some people the other day. They're not playing games to play games. Their parents are just giving those so that they shut up while their chicken McNuggets are cooking.
Yeah, yeah, comics are like that too. A lot of stuff around that. I think it's important to have that for the next generation because otherwise, what ends up happening?
Who's gonna care once all the people who care right now die?
Yeah.
I was listening to an interview with that actor Rick Moranis this morning, and he was talking about the same thing with movies. How like there's a lot of comedies out there and like science fiction, but absolutely none of it is like family friendly in the sense that like Ghostbusters was, where like it can reach everyone because it's not saying fuck or anything else like every 5 seconds. And it's not like about brutal. It's not about brutal rape jokes being brought up all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it can be kind of discouraging because. Yeah, I guess like it said, it's important to take care of the next generation, and I think like Nintendo is pretty much the only big developer making games for all ages and that are good, because like there's a lot of movie license games and stuff like that are absolute schlock, but so it's just I don't know, it's just bizarre to me. Because this industry was raised on kids to begin with, so I think it's important to try to foster that, but
yeah. There should always be games for all audiences and adults and all that stuff. But
I also disagree with having to make a game or a book or a movie specifically for like,
you shouldn't
one
have
genre.
To.
It should
you shouldn't have to. If that's
we should be making games for everybody, that anybody can enjoy. This isn't specifically aimed at kids.
No, I was gonna say like when I say kids, I mean like all ages.
No, I know what you mean, but
like anyone can enjoy like Mario Kart, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there should be more stuff like that to help. I get like we E3 was just last week, and a lot of the I think almost every third-party game had a gun in it.
Yeah.
And it it's just weird. Like I don't know. I think kids play. I think kids just play those games actually, but
we did it. Yo noodles.
Oh, I'd like
you made me look bad. Are you happy now, Frank?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I want us to enjoy more of the game.
No, it's fine.
Oh, no,
I
Sonic's
get
still
it.
around, too.
I really don't like that game over immediately someone pulls over for their turn. we had...
No, you gave me a good number of tries. I was wasting the viewer's time.
We had not one friend, but several who, when we did a game over, it's someone else's turn kind of thing.
Yeah.
That can work, but not when someone... This is an audio podcast. When someone reaches across and opens and closes their hands because it's their turn. No words are said. There's no humanity involved.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, technically.
Does anyone else want to do
Also, because I don't want to do Drillman.
Drillman is the hardest level.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you can't do it.
I don't want to waste any more video time. I want people to see the castles.
Well, I mean, like, someone can be really good at Dive Man, but suck at Drill Man.
Yeah.
It's not even about skill. It's like, I got this level down.
Yeah, exactly. These games are all about memorization.
Like...
Oh, and your best friend, the Ladybug's back.
Yeah.
He was so mean.
You're gonna fuck up your day.
I actually got through
Where you going, Mega Man?
There you shoot me, you son of a bitch!
Ladybug, fly away home.
Yeah, I did this.
So,
No, I was saying I did this stage before, but when I play Mega Man games, I usually do all the bosses and then give up after that. So I'm awful at the Wily stages.
I'm actually...
Some of them are really intimidating.
It's actually, you have to be adamant about them. It's not like, it's hard to be good at them, but if you just keep trying, you're gonna do it. You're eventually not going to screw up. This level is intimidating. Like, to get that one up, you're going to die.
It's not even worth it.
I like how if Mega Man touches the side of a spike, it's over for him.
Yeah, like
If he looks at it the wrong way, he explodes.
Well, they're super hot. You said in Mario World that they're acid coated. Like I like that theory. Ooh.
So Frankie, would you consider this game to be Nintendo hard?
Oh god, do you mean the company or the system? That can mean two things.
I always thought these were when I was younger. I don't
you
feel
mean
that.
The system, right? Because like this, I think this game is not as Nintendo hard as like Mega Man 2.
I'll say the system. I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it means the trope refers to the system.
Yeah. I think Mega Man 1 is the hardest because like that game was really just feeling out what the hell it was trying to be.
It's also kind of glitchy. Like it's very persnickety about certain things.
Yeah, like the controls are good, but like there's things like standing, like hit detection, touching detection.
Yeah,
that good.
There's certain cliffs where if you're not on enough, you just fall through a wall.
Yeah, like look how little Mega Man's foot needs to be somewhere in this game for him to stand on something. Because he's a fucking robot, you don't need to exploit it.
He's just sitting there blinking complacently while you dangle him over a cliff.
I like that. I always like when video game characters blink. I used to. There's a to get off topic. There's a section in Final Fantasy VIII in Ultimisia's castle, the last section of the game. Shit, getting roundhoused.
Those guys are rough.
You could bring your characters all the way to the front of the screen, and like you could just sit there and watch Squall blink. And I always thought that was so cool. Like Squall is blinking. They don't have to do that. This character just. This is a 3D model of a character, a human man.
These are massive pixels.
Yeah, I always loved that because like it was limitations, but because I knew about like pointillism and stuff when I was a kid. Not that no one else didn't, but I always thought it looked kind of like that.
And the thing about this game or Mega Man games, the classic ones, is that I don't
see hard level.
They're hard, but like I think another thing about them is that you have to kind of learn how to play by these games' rules.
Yeah,
and that was a big reason why I couldn't play them when I was a kid, because I was used to like games like Mario, which were like designed a lot more like...
That enemy's not even hard, but it was placed difficult.
That were designed differently. And
I recently read a very interesting article on the internet that was talking about how looking at any Mario game from a newcomer's perspective, they're all very much a game of rules. And once you figure out the universe rules,
that's funny.
You can beat them fairly easily.
I was really used to games like Mario and like a lot of platformers that played like that, which are very like smooth and like usually about
they're a little more
ease
accessible.
of comfort.
Like the rules are a little more apparent.
So when I would play Mega Man and old Castlevania, at first I thought they were bad.
Castlevania is extraordinarily a game of rules.
I first thought they were like bad because I thought they controlled badly. And then later I realized, like, no, this is just how they designed the game to play. Like this
it's kind of like being in school.
And like when you learn how to make Mega Man jump properly and like
Then you
to
can
shoot.
control the jump by,
Yeah.
by pressing the button a certain
And
way.
the same thing with Castlevania, which I couldn't get my head around for the longest time, the old Castlevanias. And then one day it just clicked, and I just played almost all of 3. Like,
Shinobi 3 is very much like that. Like, if you don't learn how to jump in Shinobi 3, you're never gonna finish it. And like learning to jump properly in that game is kind of difficult.
oh,
They're not
the
gonna
double,
teach you.
the double jump.
Yeah, the double jump in that game is
You have like
precise.
You have like a second to hit it, and if you don't do it right, it's over.
That game is harder than like any Mega Man game to me. I got to the last level once, and it's just double jumps. There's a section of that level that like is a pixel perfect jump, and if you don't get it, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
And there's only so many continues in Shinobi 3. Every time we try to play a ninja game on the show, it does not go over well, so I don't think we'll be playing that one. We played 2 games with ninjas, and neither one of them was posted.
Wait, what was the other one?
Well, technically the other one was Kid Chameleon.
That's not a
That was a
ninja.
samurai, though.
Oh.
And that's why I think that video was lost.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on the other computer.
The lost episode. It'll be on the DVD.
Season 0.
Alright, we're going live.
Yeah, they give you a lot in the castles.
Yeah.
They feel bad for you.
I don't feel like wasting our time. We don't really have that much time tonight.
Yeah, we're running short,
Unless
actually.
John feels like staying until 5:40 in the morning.
You just live at the train station until then.
I like Drillman, but he has an incredible set of pecs.
You're going crazy. I'm gonna drill your ass, Mega Man. Here I come!
Oh, wait, okay, I have something to bring up. In high school, I discussed with a friend what the Mega Man movie should be cast as, and I think it was... Who was Dr. Wily? I forget who Dr. Wily was. I think it was, like, Jack Black.
What?
No, Jack Black was, like, in this movie, but I forget who he was.
Oh no.
I think maybe like Kyle Gass, his bandmate was Dr. Light, and he was Dr. Wily.
Wow.
And I forget.
That's hauntingly appropriate.
And maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe you're thinking of the Jetsons or something. I used to cast
Danny
movies.
DeVito
Danny DeVito is clearly Mr. Spacely.
Mr.
If they ever
Spacely.
cast anyone else except that one actor who's kind of like him, who has a you know what I'm talking about? There's this one actor. He's really. Like,
Oh yeah, not DeVito.
Yeah, there's that other really drippy actor.
He talks like this as well.
And like he's got a big
Yeah.
black mustache. Like he looks more like Mr. Spacely, but I want Danny DeVito in more movies.
You selfish ass.
Oh, that was the password, by the way. Actually, here's Dr. Cossack, a very handsome man.
That's not Wily.
This is a surprise when you're a kid if you don't read the manual.
Yeah.
Wiley really changed.
He's shaved.
He's like in his 30s. He has glasses. He's clearly
He
designed.
doesn't
in the
look
90s.
like Einstein anymore.
Next time, a video game playing Friends Club, we go to Dr. Cossack's castle all the way in the land of Russia.
Or something.